Welcome to undisguised channel. This is In Depth with undisguised.
Back to the Future is an American science fiction adventure comedy film released in 1985. Directed and written by Robert Zemeckis, it's a story about a couple of friends going through time, changing events to their benefits, and protect the world from destruction by a super cool car-built invention, a car time machine. Stars by Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. It was an amazing movie. Stayed number 1 for 11 weeks on chart. It's becoming the highest grossing film of 1985. The movie continued in 1989 and the last one in 1990. Shockingly, few years ago, some people noticed that there was something weird in those movies. They said those movies contained some messages about 9/11, the Twin Tower destruction. So I went to search the viral videos on YouTube. I found a footage what looked like to be the source. The fact that they show in the films were very intriguing, but I still felt something was lacking. So I scrutinized more on it. Surprisingly, I surpassed their research. I actually just made it complete with my finding. I'll show you later. Now let's start to see of what makes the accusation.
The attack is at the Twin, which is a reference to the Twin Towers. When we turn the sign upside down, the digits on the clock read 911 or 9/11. The Twin Pines are a symbolic representation of the Twin Towers. Before the terrorist attack, the twins are present, but after the attack, the twins are gone, replaced with a single pine. This takes place on 9/11, where the twins are destroyed and replaced with a single tower, the One World Trade Building. Also at this scene, Doc shows us 2 stopwatches, both of which display encoded 9/11s. Is this only a coincidence? The pines are the towers, and this symbol system is confirmed in Back to the Future Part 2, where we see the twin pines appear again on a projection movie screen in Marty's future house. Marty's family gathers around the movie screen, and the twin pines actually morph into the twin towers. This is because the Twin Pines are the Twin Towers. The pines are the towers. Pines, towers. And the Twin Pines Mall is the Twin Towers Mall, which is why all the clocks here secretly say 9/11 and why there will be a Muslim terrorist attack resulting in the destruction of the Twin Pines, or the Twin Towers. But the appearance of the towers is not a random backdrop, as we can see the Statue of Liberty lurking just as secretly as the towers, making this scene a secret recreation of New York City. Of these 3 characters staring at Ground Zero, one of them is completely upside down. But in the entire Back to the Future saga, this is the only time when an upside-down character will ever appear. The hint being given here is to observe the scene from his perspective by turning it upside down. But when doing so, the Twin Towers are clearly shown to be falling down. In the entire history of cinema, this scene of Back to the Future is the most literal depiction ever made showing the Twin Towers falling down. But Back to the Future doesn't just portray this attack, it develops into an elaborate warning about it.
I can just go back early and warn him. Tell you about the future! Doc, about the future. You will be shot by terrorists.
But Marty is carrying more essential information about the future. He knows the exact time and date that a tower will be struck.
Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! Don't forget to take a flyer. Save the clock tower!
In a story we already suspect of being a 9/11 warning, how is it possible that this phrase appears on a flyer telling the future? Then, when the tower strike takes place, a giant flaming 9/11 is ignited in the street.
Save the clock tower!
Marty knows exactly when and where this tower strike will happen because it's all written on this flyer and placed in his hands, but something lurks in the background overseeing this transaction. But why does this symbol hover while Marty is forewarned about the tower strike? Back to the Future was written and directed by Robert Zemeckis, first released in 1985, but to depict the future, Zemeckis chose October 2015.
Alright, Doc, what's going on, huh? Where are we? When are we?
October 21st, 2015.
2015?
The Twin Towers scene takes place in October 2015, and the towers appear on a movie screen, meaning the McFly family is watching a secretly placed Twin Towers movie released on October 2015, directed by Robert Zemeckis. So how could it be that now, in the real October 2015, a major Hollywood production is about to hit theaters worldwide, and it is exclusively about the Twin Towers? It happens to be directed by Robert Zemeckis. The title of this new Twin Towers film is The Walk, and this new Twin Towers film has the exact same release date as this. Back to the Future was released in 1985, The Walk in 2015, exposing this warning after 30 years. Marty writes this warning into a letter. He seals it shut, intending for it to remain hidden for a specific amount of time.
What comedian is this?
Find out in 30 years!
What comedian is this?
Find out in 30 years!
The Walk is the reveal of the 9/11 warning given to Doc while he is rigging a giant wire to the Twin Tower representing Clock Tower.
Evening, Dr. Brown. What's with the wire?
The Walk is about a plot to rig a giant wire to the Twin Towers. So Marty records the warning while Doc is rigging the wire to the tower. Marty tells Doc he will understand the warning in 30 years.
Find out in 30 years!
30 years later, the director makes a movie about rigging a wire to a tower, the Twin Towers, because the warning within Marty's letter is about a terrorist attack at the Twin Towers.
What's with the wire? What's with the wire? What's with the wire? What's with the wire?
After rigging this wire, the tower strike takes place, and a Marty McFly from the future runs out onto the scene. He has just time traveled here from October 2015, the release date of The Walk. But in The Walk, standing on top of the Twin Towers, is Marty McFly. This Marty has arrived here from the exact date where this Marty is standing. The plot of The Walk is the tower wire rigging event that just took place at this scene. One Marty is standing on top of the Twin Towers, while the other Marty stands inside a giant flaming 9/11 in the wake of a tower strike. While simultaneously across town, another Marty witnesses a terrorist attack take place at the Twins, which are actually the Twin Towers, a fact we learned from the secretly placed Twin Towers movie released on October 2015. This movie is actually The Walk, which is why it has Marty McFly standing on top of the Twin Towers.
What comedian is this?
What's with the wire? What's with the wire?
Find out in 30 years! Find out in 30 years! Doc! 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 Okay, relax, Doc. It's me. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be. Just sent you back to the future.
Oh, I know you did send me back to the future, but I'm back. I'm back from the future.
Great Scott.
Amazing presentation by Epopenia Production and Barely Human 11. In comment section of such Barely Human 11 posits, someone argued, it less convinced because there is no year. Epopenia didn't include the year of the Twin Tower destruction. Seemed like they haven't discovered it yet. Fortunately, then I did. I know exactly where to look. I noticed it's also in the plain sight of the scene. The year 2001 also appeared, with clock that showed the code 911. Let me show you. When Marty got back from 1955, he thought he got already late to save Doc. He stopped running when he reached the mall neon sign. It shows as Lone Pine Mall with the clock below showed 1:33. You got to know that Zemeckis is the director and also the writer of the movie. He loves details in his film. 1:33 when skewed is close to MMI. In Roman numerals, M equals to 1000, MM equals to 2000. I equals to 1. Thus MMI equals to 2001. That's the year we've been looking for. Interestingly, I've also found another 911 being upscaled in the IMDb for the Back to the Future Part 1. If you search Google to find Back to the Future Part 1 movie in IMDb, you will see that the running time for the movie is 1 hour 56 minutes. Or 116 minutes. Make a vertical rotation on it, and you got 911. A Zemeckis work. This presentation should not be this long, but I am over yet for this topic, so I will continue it very soon for some other compelling evidence, and still from the same movies. This is In Depth. I'm Bonu Samoja, and thanks for watching.